Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. Today, we are going to be trying to recreate the Battle of Dagorlad. That was the last alliance of men and elves. It kind of sets the scene at the start of the Fellowship of the Ring. I've seen a lot of people request a medieval army going up against a orc army. So what we have today, we have a force of 20,000 orcs, 50 giant ogres, supported by Sauron as their Golden Knight, and then we have a weaker, probably a little bit weaker, but they will have the archers. So they have heavy knights, footmen, spearmen, and archers. However, I'm not confident that each line is going to hold very well, so I might just play about of those a little bit and get them a bit more balanced for the fight to come. So, as always, thank you very much for the support. Make sure to leave scenarios for future videos in the comments. When you're suggesting scenarios, it'd be helpful to get an idea of numbers as well. So rather than just suggesting like unit v unit, make sure to have, if you're doing like a historical battle, try and get some numbers in there as well. That really would help me out. But there are a lot of ideas floating around. But yeah, if you're still happy with these videos, of course, let me know as well in the comments and leave a like and all that jazz. It'd be very much appreciated. But I'll see you on the battle map. Okay, so I'd like you to use your imagination and imagine that the castle in the distance is Mount Doom, and the surrounding territory is all Mordor. I have made it rainy, so I'm sure that really adds to the feeling of this is actually Mordor. But we're going to have 20,000 orcs and 80 giant ogres attack the force of elves and men. I have run this scenario a couple of times, and each time the elves and men clearly had the advantage, mainly because of the archers. So I've reduced the amount of archers by 1,500. So there's only 2,500 of them now. So we'll try this scenario once more, and this will be the final outcome of the battle. That archer fire is definitely less than it was before. The giant ogres couldn't even reach the line beforehand, and some of them are still dying, but there are far less troops to worry about. And now that the giant ogres can actually get in and probably soften up and break up the ranks a bit, it might go a little bit better for Mordor. Historically, well, I don't say historically, this isn't a historical battle, this is trying to recreate the fantasy battle of Lord of the Rings, but historically, I keep saying historically, I can't not say it. In the lore, obviously the realms of men and elves managed to win the day by taking considerable losses, and the Mordor forces were pretty much wiped out. But this is definitely more balanced than the scenario I run before, and it kind of makes sense that the archers would kind of be a little bit OP in the fact that they're elvish archers, and as far as I'm aware, they were the finest archers in Middle-earth. Feel free to correct me on that. My lore of Lord of the Rings is pretty much limited to, well, the movies. Ashamed to say I haven't read the books. But at the moment, our heavy Gondorian infantry has managed to hold against the orcs. And on this scenario, I am just going to let it run. I'm not going to take command of any of the forces. I would just like to see what happens. Because as soon as the orcs get through that line of knights, then we're in trouble. That is when this scenario could really go in the way of Mordor. But the kills are racking up. 3,000 orcs dead compared to 1,600 of the last alliance. And the spearmen might actually be able to hold a little bit. Oh, no, just kidding. Spearmen suck. Don't use them. But all the while the infantry can hold, the archers can just fire down a huge amount of fire. So let's just use one little fella. I just actually want to see the endurance of one of these spearmen. I'm not going to command any other troops, just this one guy. So I imagine they have pretty decent defense. Okay, yeah, the orcs are far stronger. But at the moment, we can see that battle is still raging across the entirety of the map. And on the other side, let's take a little look at this flank. Looks like this flank is starting to buckle a bit. The archers aren't really shooting in that many arrows. And it's starting to fold. So they might be able to get the advantage here. The orcs, they can get some men into the archers, then they've got a chance. Or if they can get some of the orcs into the archers, then they've got a chance. But I still think this might go the way of the elves and men, the last alliance. Yeah, I think it is mainly because of the archers that they're going to win the day. If it wasn't for that, then I'm pretty certain that the orcs and the giant ogres would have just ploughed into the lines and just caused utter devastation upon the ranks of the last alliance. So what I might do after this one ends, because quite frankly, they've killed most of the knights, so all they've got is the footmen and the spearmen. I might take a little look what would happen without the archers. So we can kind of get an idea of if I'd done this balanced or not. But the archers just have such a long range. They can pretty much hit the entire of the orc force now. And while the kills are still racking up, you can definitely see that the line here has been reduced considerably. They've lost almost 5,000 infantry. But the orcs... yeah, I don't think they can make it through in time and kill all the archers. Because a lot of orcs are just dying before they can even get into battle. But the knights have actually held out for quite a while. I say that as one just goes into battle and dies straight away. I think it would be great if we could actually see some Lord of the Rings style maps, or definitely more Lord of the Rings style units. That would be amazing. And I think that we're on a bit of an elevation now where the units are dying and they're just climbing on top. Oh my gosh. That's kind of grim. Oh, well, this flank is actually secured now, and they're actually managed to hit the orcs in the flank. So what looked like an envelopment starting to happen has actually gone the other way. And we're actually seeing the spearmen push in, which I'm quite surprised about. I did not expect that of the spearmen. Yeah, as soon as you take command of an orc, they just die. I think the archers just add so much more superiority to the forces that I think if I took them out of the scenario, which I probably will do in a sec, we're going to see this scenario change completely. Because I imagine the giant ogres will just destroy everything. So only 1,500 orcs remain. Oh gosh, my voice cracked. Only 1,500 orcs remain. It looks like this is going to go down and repeat the law. And we didn't even need to kill Sauron. So Good for us. Huzzah! Huzzah for the last alliance. And I don't think a single elven archer has perished today. Looks like the centre has just completely broke, and it's just going to be a mop-up of the remaining orcs. Yeah, you can see the huge pile of bodies though. Oh, jeez. There we go, congratulations. And now Mount Doom explodes. But let's go back to the menu and remove the archers and see if that changes anything. I am looking forward to more maps though. Robert did actually release an update. Well, he hasn't released the update yet, but he has released like a content plan of what he'd like to do up until 1.0, and that's adding basically a ton more units. He's already working on new units for the game now, which is going to be awesome. And here we go. Giant ogres going in. So they are definitely inflicting quite a few casualties here. The giant ogres are going to go down, but oh my gosh, why the number? But the knights do have 500 health compared to the orcs of. Oh, they also have 500. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. No, it's pretty much clear cut now. I don't really think I need to run it because like the footmen just don't have the HP, and they've got less men remaining already. So this would, without the archers, this scenario goes the way of the orc. So the time of the orc would come. Let's just actually do a little nuki over here, see if we can reduce their numbers a bit. Well, there we go. Kills a few. I just love using the nukes. Oh. Well, there we have it. The last alliance of elves and men, assisted by some nukes. So let me know what you'd like to see next on Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. I'll be sure to keep on doing these videos as long as you're all enjoying. So if you have enjoyed the video, of course, leave a like and all that jazz. And until next time, everyone, I bid you a very, very good day.